Hi, I'm Vanessa from SpeakEnglishWithVanessa.com. Can you really sound like an American English speaker? Let's talk about it. Have you ever been watching an American TV show or movie and you heard a phrase? Don't get bent out of shape over it. It seems so fast. You feel like maybe you understood what it meant, but how in the world are they saying it so quickly? What is the secret to speaking like this? Well, today I would like to help you with 5 common American English phrases that include key American English sounds. This lesson will help you to level up your vocabulary and also level up your pronunciation and understanding skills. So the next time that you hear these phrases and you hear American English speakers, you will know exactly what they're saying. And of course, like always, I have created a free PDF worksheet to go with today's lesson. You can download this worksheet and learn all of the pronunciation points, all of the sample sentences, all of the ideas, and at the bottom of the worksheet, you can answer Vanessa's challenge question so that you never forget what you've learned. You can click on the link in the description to download that free PDF worksheet today. All right, let's get started with our first American English phrase and pronunciation point. Have you ever been looking at social media and you thought, the grass is always greener on the other side, and then you realized, maybe the grass isn't always greener on the other side. There's probably some hidden costs to all of these wonderful things that you're seeing online. And that's really the truth. Social media is not real. So this common phrase, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, means that the other person's life or something that you're not experiencing always looks better than what you currently have. But in reality, that's not really true. If you get to that other place, if you do that other thing, it's not always the paradise that you expect. So let's break down this pronunciation so that you can use this phrase and say it clearly. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. Do you hear the sound that I emphasized? This is the R sound, or in American English, we often call this the colored R because it's very strong. Listen to it when I say the word grass. Grass. Does this remind you of an angry dog? Grrr, grrr. And this is a way to have the American English R sound. Can you say it with me? The grass. The grass. Let's add the rest of this phrase. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. So don't forget that hard R sound in the word greener at the end, and also in the word other. Having that strong colored R sound at the end of the word is essential in American English. Let's say this full phrase one more time, and I want you to try to say it with me. Are you ready? The grass isn't always greener on the other side. All right, let's go on to our second phrase and also our second American English pronunciation point. Are you someone who is always late? Well, it might be useful for you to use this phrase, better late than never. Better late than never. Unfortunately, I have had to use this many times. I am often late. Hopefully just by a few minutes, but it's still nice to apologize. And you can use this lovely phrase. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. Better late than never. You could say it with a little joke in your voice. But let's break down this pronunciation. Better late than never. Listen to that word. Better. Is there a D in this word? Better? Are we talking about a bed that you go to sleep in? Nope. In American English, a T that is surrounded by vowels or vowel sounds will change to a D. Better. This is common in the word water, or maybe you're wearing a sweater. This is typical of American English. So when you use this phrase, make sure that you pronounce it like this. Better late than never. Our third American English phrase and American English pronunciation is included in this phrase. Don't get bent out of shape over it. Don't get bent out of shape over it. What's happening here? Well, there's one concept that we just talked about. Listen to the middle of this phrase. Out of shape. Here this T is changing to a D, but we've already talked about that. Don't get bent out of shape. So what else are we adding here? Listen carefully for another T sound. A lot of these words end in T, but as I say this phrase, I want you to listen to see if you can hear any of them. Do you hear T when I say this phrase? Don't get bent out of shape over it. The sad news is no. All of these T's are what we call stopped T's. So it's not wrong to say don't get bent, but when you hear fast American English speakers, you're gonna hear them stop the T in their mouth. So let's take a look at this common contraction. Do not becomes don't, but when we pronounce it in a fast sentence, you're more likely to hear don't. My tongue is at the top of my mouth, like it's going to make that T shape, but I just don't let the air come out. Don't get, my tongue is stopped at the top of my mouth. I did not say get. Instead, I said get, and then the next word, bent, becomes bent. Don't get bent, and our next word is the linking with the D sound. Out of shape over it. And that final word, it, also has a stopped T. So that T is going to be at the top of my mouth. It. This is a lot. Let me give you the context and what this means, and then we'll say it together. Let's imagine that your friend's boss gives her some, we'll say, constructive criticism, some feedback that maybe didn't feel too great to get. You might say, hey, your boss was just trying to help. Don't get bent out of shape over it. She was just trying to give you some advice. It might not sound kind, and it's certainly not something you really wanted to hear, but don't get bent out of shape over it. You're not going to get fired. It's going to be okay. This means don't take something too seriously. So can you say this phrase with me? Yes, let's say it together. Don't get bent out of shape over it. Don't get bent out of shape over it. Don't get bent out of shape over it. It'll be okay. Our fourth American English phrase and American English pronunciation is included in this phrase. What goes around comes around. Let's talk about this pronunciation really quick. What goes around comes around. Here we have two instances where the S at the end of goes is followed by a vowel. So that S is going to sound like a Z in American English. What goes around comes around. And this phrase has to do with your behavior, if it's good or bad, like karma, will hopefully happen to you again too. Usually we use this in a negative sense to make ourselves feel a little bit better. So for example, if someone is not a nice person, you might say, well, what goes around comes around. Someday someone is going to be mean to him too. Or if one of your coworkers gets fired because they're always late, you might say, well, what goes around comes around. He didn't respect his job and this business. He was always late, so he got fired. His own actions ended up affecting him. You can use this with positive things like, I'm always nice to my friends, and when I need them, they also care for me. We could say what goes around comes around because your behavior is coming back to you, but it's more likely used in a negative situation. Bad behavior will come back to haunt you someday. So let's try to say this phrase together with the S changing to a Z so that you can use it clearly and accurately in conversations. Are you ready? What goes around comes around. What goes around comes around. Great work. Our final American English phrase and American English pronunciation point is this phrase. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Does this phrase exist in your language? I feel like this is kind of an international idea, that you're dealing with a problem and you know that some other problems might come in the future, but you don't want to think about them now. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's focus on our current problems instead. Well, let's take a look at this pronunciation, especially that first word. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. You can say this contraction very clearly. We'll. We plus will is we'll. But in fast American English, we often reduce this in a relaxed way, and we say wool, wool. This is similar to these other contractions as well, like you'll, you'll. Instead of saying you will, we say you'll, you'll. And same as we will, wool. So could you say this with me? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. For my family, we raised 7 baby chicks, and we knew that having adult chickens would be a lot of work, but we kind of just said, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's enjoy these baby chicks while we have them. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's say it all together. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Great work. Well, I hope that this lesson was useful to you and you didn't get bent out of shape over it. Now I have a question for you. Are you someone who has to often say, better late than never? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to download today's free PDF worksheet with all of these American English phrases and American English pronunciation points so that you can speak clearly and understand fast American English conversations. You can click on the link in the description to download that free PDF worksheet today. Well, thank you so much for learning English with me, and I'll see you again next Friday for a new lesson here on my YouTube channel. Bye. The next step is to download the free PDF worksheet for this lesson. With this free PDF, you will master today's lesson and never forget what you have learned. You can be a confident English speaker. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for a free English lesson every Friday. Bye!